Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the QuaranStream Vibes Just Hangs here on a Wednesday hump day with my boys Pat, Master Humper, and Bun Me Matty still on the bun me's.
Mate, I had a pretty good banh mi this morning actually. It was from New Luan, which is open on Hump in District 1. Ooh. So that was my breakfast. Yeah, I've been craving for fresh banh mi for some time now. So yeah.
Nice. What'd you have, Patty?
What did I have? Traditional English breakfast.
Ooh, fancy. Do you have tea as well?
Nah, no tea. Had it with milk though. Proper Vietnam style milk, like full on sugar.
Oh yeah,
nice. That's what you want.
That's the best. That's the best.
Nice. I had a liquid brekkie. I had a smoothie, so we did kale, apple, and some soy milk, honey, and then Mio made up a little, like a tofu cabbage soup. So it's been all liquid.
Healthy.
So she wants to do a detox. Yeah, I took the meat out to defrost. She goes, "What are you doing?" I said, "This is for dinner." She goes, "No, we're detoxing today." I said, "But I want to go through this meat. We've had this meat like in the freezer since like 2 weeks ago. We haven't rotated out." She goes, "Yeah, we'll do it for the weekend." She wants to save all the extravagant meals for the weekend. Whatever. It's a birthday coming up soon too.
Oh, what are you going to do, Petey? Are you able to tell us what your plan is?
I might take her out the balcony for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Mate, if this rumor that we've currently got comes through, maybe you'll be able to take her to like Canyo or something like that. I actually was just talking to my homies about going out to Canyo, because technically that's still part of Ho Chi Minh City. And therefore, even if Ho Chi Minh, the borders of Ho Chi Minh City are locked down, that's still technically within Ho Chi Minh City. So I'm hoping that might be able to head down there for a night or two.
I think so.
I think we'll at least go for a night ride or something, like a couple's ride.
I cannot wait for that. That sounds so good.
Just ride for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes straight, just chilling.
Have
slow ride.
From behind.
Yeah, slow ride. One on the handlebar, one on the leg.
Patty, that one. I do love that move. It's very smooth and it works quite well.
It works like well, those little thigh rubs.
You're always rubbing up like the calf, like this. Little cheap feels.
I like for me it's like I like grabbing the not too hard, like gently, but the meat on the thigh, on the outside of the thigh, that little meaty bit. That's my preference there.
A bunch of Casanovas we are.
By the way, if there's any females watching, by all means, this is not in any way, treating you guys like meat. Okay, if anything, you guys are
prime Wagyu.
Okay, so
prime Wagyu.
So our Sean Dessert Man just had a second shot this morning. Saw his story, so he'll join us in a bit, I think. I hope he's not going to get super sick like he did his first shot. He was hella fluey and fevery.
He was
on his
he was real
shot.
bad.
He was bedridden.
Actually, he did just send a message through to our chat. Hang on a sec. I'll reply to him.
He's done. He's come back already, hasn't he? From what I know. Who was it that sent me it was Maddie that sent the cash thing, wasn't it? Can we pull that cash thing up?
Maddie.
Cash.
All right, I'm back.
Let's talk about cash today. Talk a little bit about cash today, eh? Cash is the topic.
Let's talk about cash today.
Yeah, let me pull up that link you sent in the group. Man, my computer's real slow today for some reason. Probably needs a reboot. If anyone can share that link faster than I can, that would be great.
I'm only on my mobile phone actually. So I came to my friend's place, also in District 1, just on the canal for lunch. We had bun sao, which I haven't had for a long time. So I'm just at her place, and the reception is about 1 million times better than my place in Decal. So decided to stay here for the live stream.
Mm-hmm.
But it also means I'm on my mobile.
You sound clear. You sound quite clear through the mobile as well, actually.
Yeah, it's very clear.
Who would have thought that a couple of $100 Pixel 3 would do live streaming better than a much more expensive MacBook Pro? Hey,
You're right there. MacBook Pros are probably just meant for editing.
oh man, I know the at least the webcam on them is like a real like old shitty 720p like old school thing. They're not very good.
Right. Yeah, I mean, the newer ones apparently have got an update, but I don't think it's their focus.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
I read somewhere that Apple was going to make their own external webcam, so that might be something interesting. I mean,
yeah. I mean, look, if you want to make extra money and make people buy extra peripherals, then absolutely.
Of course. Okay, I found the Reddit link now. So here we go, Mr. Mui Hai, Mr. Hai Mui. Mate, are you feeling the effects of the vax already?
No, I just woke up. I woke up at 5:30 and I was running around all day. And
was it a long wait this time?
No. Well, it was a whole lot of running around. Wait, are you guys talking about something?
No.
Oh, okay. No. Well, so I originally woke up to go to District 1 to the vaccination place I was at yesterday. I woke up at 5:30 and I got there at 6. During the time that I got there, I almost had exploding diarrhea, so I had to drive fastly home and then rush back. Seriously, I got off my bike and it was like, oh no! Like so, I like parked in front of my apartment, ran inside, and like.
Is that what it sounded like in the toilet as well?
No, the toilet was like.
Amazing.
The toilet?
Bombs dropping, Sean.
Yeah. Like,
what did you eat?
We had some last night. I had like some Korean noodle, and then my friend like spiced it up a lot. And it was not good.
That's what happens, mate. Chili. Did you have coffee this morning or something? Did you have coffee right before you went to the vaccine?
No, I had like some rice, some chicken and rice. I was like, oh, and then it was like, oh. And then I got to the place, and there was a sign that said they were closed today. So that was part.
Oh wait, so you didn't get your second vaccine today?
No. So then I was like, there's all these signs that everyone's getting turned away. They said today they had paused vaccinations. I think it's because of that Pfizer scare. And after
they resumed that already.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but they had all these signs up. So then I went to Tam An Hospital in Tung Bin, and I heard if you sign up online, they send you a message. I signed up yesterday, but they didn't send me a message, so I tried to wiggle my magic, and I got in. I got an antigen test. I waited an hour in the sun, and then when I got up to the counter, they were like, "Where's your message?" And I was like, someone called me. And then they're like, hold on. And then they like checked, and they're like, no one called you. You actually called us, and we don't have your message. And I was like, what? No, like someone called me. And then I was like, oh man. And then a buddy let me know that in Dachau there is a school that is vaccinating people in the ward. So I flew over there, got off my bike, got in line, and in 45 minutes I had my second shot of AstraZeneca.
Interesting.
And so it was just a long morning, very long morning. That's why I was a little tired.
Well, at least you did. At least you got the liquid bum part sorted. That's the main thing. I think that's probably more concerning. At this
I was
stage.
so worried. I was like, where can I go? There's nowhere. I was like, what, I'm gonna run in a GS25 or a Circle K and be like, let me use the elevator? Like,
Sean, did you read the news about the second vaccinations? How if you get jabbed for your second vaccine, you're not allowed out for the October 1 release. You have to stay home for an extra 14 days.
What?
You didn't know about that?
14.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
to stay
Sean, you didn't hear about this? You
14 days.
should have waited, man. You won't be able to leave. Like, we're all talking about like going down to like Kanye, but like you won't be able to come because you just got the second one.
Oh
You've
no,
got
I
your-
didn't get it. I didn't get it. We're live.
Gullible motherfucker.
Woo! Did I sell that good
Sure.
enough, or were you still asleep?
It's just,
I think the vaccine's kicking hard.
Imagine him being halfway down on the way there, and the liquid bum hits him. Where are you going to go
Oh no!
That's what I was like.
Imagine
so
you
freaked
were
out.
sitting in the line after getting your test. You have to sit in the line,
Ooh.
and you're like 2 spots away from getting vaccinated, and then liquid bum hits you. What do you do, Sean? Do you wait or do you leave?
I was thinking about like, oh, I got here early. If I come back, it's gonna be a big line. I like try to do like the cross leg to like keep it in, and it was like, and I was like,
Because I bet it was hot as outside, so you would be sweating balls.
Oh no!
And then when you get there, they'll look at you and go, "This guy's got the vid. Don't give him the jab. He's got the vid with all these sweats. He's got the vid."
Mate, imagine them trying to measure his blood pressure or something. Like while he's trying to like take a shit, he's trying to hold his shit back, and like his blood pressure's like all over the place. They don't know if he's like going to be taking off or crashing. One of the two.
You see him sitting there in the line, just fidgety, like, oh, hurry, please.
It'll be like when he sits down, it's like some people are able to hold it, right? And there's supposedly some acupressure points on your face that you could do. I don't know if it works, but supposedly it's supposed to delay and help you hold it. But the moment she puts the needle in, boom, as she pumps, he pumps. Pump.
Oh no! Let it rip.
Let it rip.
Jesus.
But anyways,
So luckily I made it.
All right. Well, Sean's double vaxxed. Good for you, bro.
don't double bump.
Good on you,
Good for
mate.
you. Good for you.
I wonder if I'm green carded. My
We'll talk
grandparents
more
will be
about
proud.
We'll talk more about the vax and COVID a little bit
Yeah.
later. But check this out. Maddie sent this to our group, boys. This is what $20 million USD looks like under a mattress.
Ew-wee.
That's even like what it is there is 20 million, is it? Or is it if it was full, it was 20 million?
No. That's 20 million there.
Oh my
Wow.
God,
So
where
he
is
had
that?
more than that and he was going through it. That's pretty cool.
Well, unless he was actually filling it up, and that's as far as he got.
yeah.
Maybe it's a she. Maybe it's a she. Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the items around the room. I can't tell what they are.
It looks like it's more of like just a rainy day kind of vibe. Like, yeah, look, let's just go spend some thousands and just grab it under the mattress. It's like they're not
Some stacks. Some stacks.
Yeah.
A couple stacks.
But I mean, like for a house that looks like that, a room that looks like that, you wouldn't really suspect that to have 20 million under a mattress.
Maybe that's the
you might
point.
suspect
Maybe that's the
something
point,
under-
PD. Maybe it's a stash house, like a shithole stash house that they just keep like millions of dollars, and it's actually a shithole, and you'd never guess.
So what's our questions on this, boys?
So I had a theoretical, like a hypothetical question, and that is, I mean, it's only slightly related to the money in the bed, but the hypothetical is, you get a phone call from the state lottery that says, "Remember, sir, last month you played the lottery, and you haven't checked the results, have you?" And you're like, "Oh no, I haven't." And he goes, "Well, it turns out you've won 20 million USD, and we found you already, so we got your bank details and stuff, and taxes and everything is sorted. The money is in your account. No one knows about it. We suggest you get financial advice. Enjoy your winnings." Hangs up. What is your next week look like? And if I may, let's take this in alphabetical order, excluding me. So let's. I want to hear from Pat first, and then Petey, and then Sean.
Okay.
If I may be so bold as to come up with an order.
So So someone calls me, says, I got $20 million, all taxes, everything has been deducted. It's
all good. It's all above board.
It's in my bank account. So, and then I hang up. First thing I do, I check my bank account.
Yes.
Yep. Money's there.
Confirmed.
Yep.
First thing I do is I take 70% of that. Well, no, actually, maybe 60% of that. 60% of that. And I give it to my parents.
Ooh. Bold. Go on.
40% of it is for me. And how I divide that 40% is probably going to go to the rest of my family, like cousins and all of that. And then I, myself, will look for a nice mansion, probably only for about $1 million somewhere, nice and small.
Texas.
Nice mansion, probably about 2 or 3 cars. And that's it. I'm done. I'm good. And as long as I've got enough money to survive, I'm good.
Where's your house? Where is this $1 million house? Because it's sure as shit not in Sydney, not for something decent.
Definitely not Sydney. I would probably go back to Manila myself, to be honest.
To Manila with $1 million?
Yeah, that's
you're brave.
Why.
You brave.
That's why, because I will get that $1 million and take it somewhere where it's valued more, rather than take that $1 million and go to Singapore where it's $1 million is not enough anymore.
Right. Or Sydney.
Or
Melbourne.
Can't remember what the stats were. They said to be a millionaire, you need at least $10 million.
I saw that. I saw that news article as well a little while ago. Yeah. So like they, but I think the gist of it was a millionaire used to be like really like special and difficult. But whereas these days, like to have that classical definition of a millionaire, you'd need something like 6 million, something like that. I also saw that article, which was interesting.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So hang on. Can we just recap? You would give 60. So you give 12 mil to your parents, and you'd say what? Like spend it however you want, mum and dad.
Yes, correct. I would just go, mum and dad, here's 12 million. Do whatever you want with it. The reasoning behind that is because I know my mum and dad is they'll give it to family as well, and they will also keep whatever they need to keep, which will come back to myself and to my sister. So for me giving that, there's a specific reason.
Okay, and then you said you would keep 40%, which is 8 million for yourself, and dish it out to whoever, but keep $1 million for yourself for a property and 3 cars, and that would be in Manila. Yeah. Cool. So not a bad answer.
I would spend $1 million on cars and a house, and then enough cash in my bankroll to be able to invest and to keep me going, and then the rest I give to family.
Yes.
Nice
one. It wasn't mine in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you played the lotto, you gambled, and you won. So, now it's yours. Yeah. So, okay, all right. Petey.
Mate, $20 million NFT done. Nah, I'm only kidding.
Cheeky rails.
I think. Okay, I think what Pat said is correct. The first bit is to check if I have it, right? And assuming that the information on me having that amount of money is disclosed and no one is not like a public information. This dude has 20 million. As long as no one knows that, then I'm pretty sure I can be quite discreet with that amount. First thing I would do, but if it wasn't discreet, then I probably, I guess, I don't know, higher security. I don't know, but let's say it is discreet.
It is discreet. That's part of the story. Is no one else knows, and the money's like for their the money's there for real. Like it's not bullshit. No one's looking for it. Taxes have been paid. It's all above board. It's all legit.
I think the first thing I would do is tell Mio first thing, and would probably sit down and plan out everything that we are tied to that needs to be untied financially.
Oh, I like that a lot. That's fantastic. That's a great answer. Go on.
Because I want to be clear from everything, and I don't have a lot of debts. It's just a credit card. That's about it. But just to make sure everything's paid off, I guess for myself or family as well. So we're all clear. Mm-hmm. Then I can start being, I guess, guilt-free in terms of looking for an upgrade for our own, I guess, living standards in terms of having because I'm 41 now, so I'd like to set something up that's going to be sustainable and somewhere I'm going to live. Like, I guess, like what Patty said, like a nice mansion or a nice place, somewhere we can probably move my parents over as well. I think I'm falling into that category that I might want to spend more time with my parents in the end, either move them with us somewhere.
Are you thinking about like Vietnam or somewhere else?
I do feel it'd be nice to have like a nice condo on the beach somewhere in Vietnam. That would be really, really nice. I can
like
really
Da Nang or something, or
yeah, I can really see some peacefulness out the waters. Have a small little garden, that, or I really enjoy Mio's hometown countryside as well. Chiba out towards the beach there is really nice as well, and property there is
Chiba Prefecture. I've heard a lot about it, but I haven't actually been there myself. Something I've got to put on the Japan list actually, which I actually have a Japan list. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I think if my parents are going to come with me, they're going to be looked after, so they'll have their share. My sister will have her share. I think on a I guess a passionate personal thing, I still want to stay involved in some form of live theatrical entertainment. I want to somehow give something back for upcoming performers and entertainers, the young kids. I don't think there's much of a program in Queensland anymore.
This is interesting. So you'd want to do this in Australia or here in Vietnam?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Like I've looked at it here, and it's hard to find something that is credible to teach and because live performances and Cirque du Soleil stuff, it's gonna die out soon because everyone's just on this freaking electronic smartphone stuff, and there's no one actually out there at these practice halls doing all these stuff as much anymore as it used to be. And I still want to feel that I want to save that art and be a part of a group that can do that still.
Oh, I like this. I like this, PD. So I remember this sentence that you just said really reminds me of I think I was talking to JJ about this maybe when we were in Vegas one time together, and I was talking to him about like I think him and you and maybe Xavier, basically doing like street magic to for up and coming enthusiastic young, mostly males here in Saigon, and you guys basically blowing their minds with your skills developed in the Western world that they'd never seen before, only on YouTube, certainly not in real life. And I was excited about it then, and I'm excited about it again now that you bring it up. I think that could be a really cool thing.
Yeah, and I think, obviously, I think that a small portion would have to go to some sort of a foundation, or maybe we could set up a foundation or something to have something ongoing. I think that would be the most thing. But other than that, yeah, I'd probably be a little bit selfish and enjoy it for myself as well. Get a car, of course, get something I can, wake up.
Something nice, something fun.
What kind of car would you like?
Ooh, in Vietnam, what kind of car would you buy, Petey?
Don't know.
Kia Morning.
I still wouldn't mind to have a freaking
Toyota Innova.
Kia Morning. Fits
I would
in all
like
the
to have a
hems.
fucking WRX STI,
Rex.
just decked out, just hooning through here.
Boxer
Oh man,
engine.
you need the rally suspension, like the race suspension, Petey.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that my parents probably take them on a good world trip. Take them on a good world trip.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I think that'll be.
Have your parents traveled a lot, Petey?
Only to Thailand, Vietnam, and America.
Oh, mate, you'd have to take them to Europe. You'd have to take them to Spain and Italy and France and UK. You can probably skip. But no, I'm just kidding. There's nice parts of the UK, but I mean, look, if you're going to be choosing some places, then it probably wouldn't be at the top of my list. Yeah, Europe, man. I think they would. I think they would enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, I feel 20 mil would run out quite quickly after you get all those main things done. You're kind of like, fuck, I'm already down to like my last 4 mil. You know?
Yeah, man. So apparently this is like something that there's a really interesting documentary. I think it's on YouTube where they interview something like 100 lotto winners from America. And the overwhelming majority of them have no idea what to do with the money, and hence get taken advantage of, and just look, it's a little bit morbid and not positive, but like a lot of them just don't do well with the money and end up losing it all or getting taken advantage of. I think there was even like one person that ended up like committing suicide, which is horrible, because like everyone only saw, I think it was him. Everyone only saw him as a way to get money, as a way to take advantage of someone to like get rich themselves. And and he had like a breakdown with his wife, and ended up committing suicide. Anyway, that took a bit of a dark turn, but yeah, it's a legitimate concern that like, you know, you kind of really want to be careful about this money, because like it doesn't last forever. And actually 20 million is not that big an amount. Like you could easily get through that very, very quickly if you're not careful with it.
Well, that's the thing. It all adds up, like little bits and pieces here. Yeah, let's get that watch. Yeah, look, Gucci bags for everybody. You know, let's get this. Let's get that.
Gucci gang,
that's
Gucci
it.
Gang, Gucci gang.
My dad did tell me this though. Before you start, Sean, my dad said to me, "What's interesting is, and this is with everyone, one of the most and common top 3 things that people will get when they have a little bit more money or have extra money is they will indulge in food. When you have, suddenly have a bunch of money, the first thing you want to get is better food than what you've eaten or something you haven't eaten. Very little that people suddenly have a surge of money and will go and buy something expensive. It'll be food first before it gets to like a material thing.
Gotta eat first.
It's very interesting. I'd just like to take this lull here to invite our listeners to leave some comments on what they would do in the first week after finding out this scenario, and hopefully later on in the show we'll have a little bit of time to bring up some of the answers. That would be, if that's all right, PD.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's good.
That's great.
Not okay.
Not okay. All right, Sean, your turn.
Before we go to you, Sean, let me throw a quick 30-second up.
Spin it.
QuaranStream Vibes just hangs here with the boys. So they were talking about cash, and the topic is you had 20 million in your account, USD. What would you do with it within that first week, Sean?
20 million, huh?
20 million, baby.
I would definitely distribute money to my dad. Well, actually, I definitely want to get him a house. He's been working on his house for like 5 years, and he's still working on it. He's taking his time, so I would just be like, "Fuck the house! Like, we're getting you something new." Get some money to my family. I would ask Pat what I can invest in currency, cryptocurrencies, maybe $1 million, and then
Smart man.
Then I would grab all my friends. I would get on the G5 and we go to Vegas for a week. I'd probably blow, if I could, I would try to blow 500K.
Mate, there's your 20 mil already.
And there, I would definitely try to see if I could do 500K. I would have my friends come with me. Everyone, hotels paid for. It would be lovely. Maybe I think a week. I don't even need a week, but we'll
500K
see.
is
Maybe
500K is doable. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. And then from then, I would love to. Of course, I would love to travel with my family to places. So if we could all together travel, I would love to take them to Vietnam. But yeah, all around the world a little bit. I would like that more than anything. I would then find a couple settlements here in Vietnam because I'm in love with this place. I would want something in Ho Chi Minh City. I'd want something in up in Nha Trang, maybe in Da Nang. I would love a little like beach resort. Well, not a resort, but like a beach bungalow. And I feel like I could live the rest of my life here happily. And from here, I'd be able to move and travel around. But I think
how much would you put aside for that, Sean? Like let's talk more specifics, because I understand the dream and I like it. I'm into it, but what's the specifics? So would you put aside some amount? Would you invest some amount to like fund you for the rest of your life? And how much would that be?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think Pat knows how to work his magic pretty well, and
yeah, but $1 million is probably not going to be enough for that. Given he's going to get you to invest in some shit coins, and then you're probably going to lose all of that $1 million, right, Pat?
I don't do shit coins. Sorry, I don't do any of those. I don't do any of those meme coins or those poo coins. No.
Oh, come on, mate! You got to get some Doge.
No.
I think that's done for me.
That's over for me.
I think I can invest like $2 million into that, and then I would get my properties here, which I don't think would be that much, being that they're just condos. And
see, the tricky thing is it's hard to buy here.
Yeah.
Okay, you could do that. Yeah.
Looks like I'll have to get married.
He'll get married anyway, so it's all good.
But then I think I would try to figure out some type of, I don't know, maybe just open just a small, I don't know, like a restaurant, a very nice restaurant or something that I would just work at. And I don't need to spend a lot of money here. I can, but it goes a long way. And I can be happily here, moving around cheaply and with the best of people and the hottest of women at all times. So like, all right, this is my happy place. So I could easily do the rest of my life here in Vietnam, and I think happily live with like, I don't know, 5 to 6 million here for the rest easily.
Sean, we're talking about $20 million, not $20 million.
Oh shit!
Imagine it was $20 million. Sean's like, I'm going to Vegas, flying all my friends. $20 million.
Apartments in every city. We're just going to go high roller.
Yes. Done data.
Oh, bro. I love your enthusiasm, but and don't take this the wrong way, but you're exactly the kind of person that would lose all your money in like 5 years. Fuck.
Not with my financial investor by my side.
Just that weekend in Vegas, he'll be in debt after that.
That's it. He'll be like, I'm shit out of luck, guys.
You're not allowed to sleep with your financial investor, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, Patty, you're shit out of luck, bro.
That's all right, mate.
That's in for the win.
I'm a giver, so.
Oh, that's good.
But yeah, I think it would be a happy life. And even if I spent it all, I'd think of some crazy way. If I got in debt, I would like do some kind of crazy Daredevil death sentence or like death suicide. That like just
what about you, Maddie? How would you do it? I want to hear yours.
Yeah. All right. So I've got my best mate from many years in Australia, Daniel Sharp. We played this theoretical quite a few times, and except it was 100 million, so that's a little different. But similar sort of thing, at least initially. So I would exactly as you guys said, I would verify the truth of these things, and I'd be like, hey, this is all legit. Money's there. Don't have to be taxed on it. No further liabilities. I would tell not a fucking soul. Like I would tell no one about this, because the last thing that I would want is for people to be calling me and begging me for money or asking me for money.
Change your number ASAP.
And soliciting me for business services and investments and scams and crypto bullshit and a million other things.
Hey Matt, can I get your number?
No, you can't. You can hit me up on QuaranStream vibes, motherfucker.
Hey Matty, I know about these coin. It's called Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Let me invest it for you. I only take a 20% carry. That's all you take, right? But after that, so I would tell no one, and I would sit on it for a long time. I think I would sit on it for at least a month, like not only a week. I would sit on it for at least a month, and I would take time out and go somewhere, probably alone, maybe to, I don't know, maybe even somewhere where I can't really party too much because that's dangerous, right? You know, like if I found myself having virtually unlimited money, you know, going to Vegas would be a very, very risky decision. But I think I might go somewhere like one of the islands, or like Phuket, or maybe Koh Rong, or Da Nang, or maybe even like Quy Nhon. Actually, I've heard good things about Quy Nhon, so maybe I'd go to Quy Nhon, and I'd sit there and ponder, and I'd probably do a bit of reading of. All right, this is a very sensible answer, and it's less entertaining than Sean's, but it's true, it's real. I'd probably do some reading.
Real.
I'd probably do some. I'd make an anonymous account on Reddit, and I would do some. I'd do a post on Fat Fire. So this subreddit called Fat Fire, and I think I maybe have mentioned the FIRE movement or idea here on this show previously, but it stands for Financial Independence, Retire Early, and it basically talks about like gathering as much money as you can and then quitting your job and doing only the things that you enjoy for the rest of your life. And there's various ways to do it. There's a way to do it on like very little money, which is called like lean fire, and then the opposite of that is doing it like with a lot of money, which is like fat fire. And I think I would put up a post in there and I would say, hey, I've just had a windfall. This is how much money I made. What do I do? You know, how do I distribute this money? But I've been part of this subreddit for a while, and realistically, the consensus would be is put most of it in a passive investment that I don't need to touch, like ETFs, a lot of Vanguard ETFs, for example, or Spaceship or Raise in Australia, and leave the vast majority of it there, and then only take out as much money as like I need for various things in my life. I think in terms of spendings, I would buy myself a fancy motorbike here in Vietnam. I'd buy something really nice, like maybe like I might even splash out on like a brand new Ducati, or maybe oh, you know what I would get? Okay, so here is a definite thing that I would buy. The new Honda Super Cub that came out a couple of years ago is just like a piece of jewelry. Like the thing is a work of art. I would definitely buy one of those. Yes. I think they're like 70 or 80 or 90 million. So they're not cheap, but it's a scooter, right? So it's like it still fits in. But like the more you look at it and the closer you look at it, like the thing is like legitimately like a gorgeous, fancy, beautiful watch. It's just a beautiful piece of art. So I would definitely buy one of those, and I would ride that every day.
Yeah, the 85 million.
85. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that number. Right. Yeah. So they're not cheap, but yeah, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous little thing. My parents are already okay, so I don't think I'd be overly worried about like paying off a mortgage or anything like that, or like sending them overseas. Like they have the ability to do that already. In terms of charity, I would most likely do some sort of charity thing, given that I've already been doing it, right? Like I'd find something to back. And one of the things that would come to mind first is our mutual friend PD Sven has he runs a school. He set up a school when he moved to Vietnam. How many years ago? Like 8 years ago or something like that. It's called Compassion Vietnam International. And this guy with a heart of gold basically sold all of his possessions, moved from Australia to Vietnam, and set up a school for street children in District 8. And I've personally been out to this thing, and like every cent on this thing gets spent properly on like some of the most needy people. You don't really see a huge amount of like homeless people in Vietnam or in Saigon specifically, but it's I would venture to say it's because you don't venture into some of the like real kind of like hidden alleys in some of the poor districts like District 8. You know, there are some alleys down there that flood every single day in the rainy season, and this is where people live in like, you know, corrugated iron lean-to shacks, and you know, half of them are addicted to drugs and alcohol, and they send their kids out to like go and beg for food versus sending them to school. So, you know, these are the kind of people that he's helping. So, you know, I look at that and I'm like, that's a real good cause where I'd have to do like not much thinking about whether this is going to the right cause or not. Like, this is going to the right cause. So I'd probably give a bunch of money to that. Maybe set up some scholarships or something like that.
I used to live, Sven and I used to live together. So I've been there from the start for him as well. I still do videos for them as well. Went up to the school and we shot like a little, we interviewed 2 of the students who, I guess because they held a gala to raise money back in Melbourne. So
I remember that.
They needed some footage here to showcase what people are putting their money to. So yeah, it's one of the most, it's a smaller organization, but it's one of the most genuine, like you said, the money goes to the right place, you know? So that's cool. Cool. So Sean's the only one blowing all his money.
Vegas, baby.
On a weekend in Vegas.
He's donating. Don't worry. He's donating. He's donating to
the girls with the cards on the street.
Exactly.
The girls that are working towards school in wrong places. I'm just trying to help them out. Just trying to get them out of the clubs.
It goes to a good cause, you know. And speaking of that, actually, once we do open up, we should actually do something to help out on the charities that Maddie was just mentioning.
Yeah,
definitely.
For shout.
Sorry, Pat. Give me one more run of that real quick. I apologize. I dropped out.
No, I was just saying, just to piggyback off what you were saying, that we should actually, once we fully open up, we should start some sort of initiative to help out that charity of your mates that out in District 8. You know, it's easily done.
I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I mean, look, we could even do the live stream from out there. Potentially, we could get some businesses on board. And if there's anyone listening who has an interest in supporting charity, like, this thing is like super legit. You know, I would put my name to this thing any day of the week. Like, this is supporting this thing is one of the best things I've ever done in my life. So yeah.
I'll see if I can round up footage from last couple of years fundraiser in Melbourne that I went back to co-host with the lovely Real Diana, Vietnamese Australian comedian in Australia. And we'll throw some other footage up for people to have a look at as well. That would be really, really cool. Ladies and gentlemen, QuaranStream vibes, just hang, don't go away. We'll be back in 30 seconds with the boys. Welcome back to the QuaranStream vibes. This hangs on this lovely Hump Day Wednesday here with the boys. What do you guys threw me a link here? Some Danish art.
I put it up. So yeah, check this out. An artist told a museum that he needed $84,000 to fund his art. His art was really running away with the money.
That's it.
I saw this today as well. This is incredible. So, Sean, do you know the rest of the backstory?
No, I didn't see the whole backstory of it.
Okay, so the idea is this artist previously made artworks made of money, like literally, like he used money to create art, and a gallery commissioned him to make more art made with money. There you go. There's the photo, and he basically didn't make art with the money that he was provided, and instead named it the Heist or something along those lines. Like what was it? What was it exactly, Sean? It's in the article somewhere.
Yeah,
they're like a funny name, and I think they're taking the piss, and they realize that. But it's it's a cool story. It's a fun story.
It's funny since we're on the subject of
money.
I
so
was
he made money quite quickly then.
Yeah, I think I suspect he's willing. He's going to give it back, or like be legit later on. I think this is kind of like more like a prank.
It would be great if you
Although who knows?
Here it is.
Who knows? We'll see.
See, the new work's collectively titled "Take the Money and Run."
That's it. Yeah.
Take the money and run. Wow, that's crazy.
Say goodbye to any further commissions.
But look how people are looking at, like, it's funny when people look at this sort of art and go, "That's really cool. I really love the abstract. That colors, amazing, amazing." Oh my goodness.
It's a fun story, that one.
You guys should check this one out, though. Let me pull this up. So it looks kind of dangerous, actually. But over in our neighboring friends over in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh, have the students have made this. Students build drones to support the community. So a group of Cambodian students have designed a prototype of a drone they hope could eventually be used to ferry people around Phnom Penh. So I don't know what the weight requirements are, because this dude is sitting on this massive drone. And, it seems to be, I mean, look, if that's a prototype, then obviously they could do one on a larger scale. And you have
weighing up to 60 kilograms.
So
guess that rules all of us out.
Yeah, you gotta be like Asian small. I wonder how fast it goes.
5 foot.
Sean, we'll just cut off you both your legs, and then you'll be good.
As long as I can fly.
Take that to Vegas.
That's it. Actually, for $20 million, I'd buy one of these. I'd fucking buy one of these. Just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, you gotta play. You gotta get your toys.
I bought a drone.
Gotta have your big boy toys.
Like the Mavic? Nah, a human
drone.
Shit. So it looks like the Nang beaches are opening too, boys.
Yep.
Oh, that's exciting.
They're open already.
The Nang beaches, they've announced the Nang beaches are open. Our friends over at Karma, Nuna, and all that are getting ready to reopen their, I guess, lounges.
No way they're gonna open it.
I think Da Nang is a different date to us. Like, they've already started advertising on Facebook some of these venues for this weekend. So,
that's exciting. When can we go there, Petey? Do we know?
In terms of flights, I don't think there's much that we can do in terms of flights. Going out of Ho Chi Minh is already tough enough as it is on land. I think you might have to have some sort of essential paperwork that will require you in Da Nang.
Yeah.
But their stats are controlled and down.
Please enter the reason for travel. #party never stops.
Yes.
Yeah, you might see some new information on flights this Friday. We'll see.
All right, I'm excited about this. I'm so keen to go to places.
I just want to go outside.
I just want to go outside. Yeah,
it's looking.
I just want to go to a different district. It is looking good.
It's looking good because as I was telling Petey earlier on one of our chats, is that we got a notification for the cleaning service Bitaski, whether we wanted to book a maid to come and help clean, and we did. We booked one for Friday. So
amazing.
So that just means that it's all coming back, and plus I read news that Bentan Market is also scheduled to open.
No way.
On Friday?
Yeah, on October the 1st.
Incredible.
So considering, I don't know if you saw it, the numbers of last night was half. It's down to 4,500. So those are good signs. Recovery's up as well. Only a couple more days.
Yeah, good.
This reminds me of this reminds me of there's a street, not Wind and Chill, but I think Voti Sao. There is a cafe with a big white wall that's been closed since for months now. And in small writing on this like pure crisp white wall, someone's scrawled with like a thick Sharpie, "This too shall pass." and I've written past it a bunch of times, and I've often taken heart from this graffiti, and there you go. It's being proven true. This too shall pass, and here we are, and we're in the stage where that's exactly happening. So
let's go there and take a QuaranStream Vibes crew photo next to that.
I'm down for that.
Yep.
I'll find it on the way home and send you guys a location, a pin.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, what I was saying, that aside from all the good news happening here, meanwhile in America, there's still a lot of controversy around, especially in the sporting industry. And because me and Pat, we follow basketball a lot. So in the NBA at the moment, they're already mandating the vax for a lot of players. And in the outcome that if you don't decide to get vaccinated, you're not allowed to play. And a lot of players are trying to stand up for that, because before that, they were allowed to just get a negative test. And what they're trying to say is, if both vax and non-vax are getting tested anyways, then what's the point? What's the problem with which individual players decide to not get vaxxed but are still testing negative? That's the issue in America at the moment, the sporting world. So, but then you're getting big names like LeBron, who's just recently, gotten vaxxed as well. He was skeptic at first, but he's already sorted. But you get some of the other players like Kyrie Irving, who's a big name, who isn't, and his career might be threatened in terms of, I guess, not being able to play. A few other guys as well. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, would you throw your career away for that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I get, like, I'm not, like, you guys know me. I encourage the vax, and I think it's the right thing to do in terms of moving forward for society. But I mean, I'm trying to understand the whole basis of a person's freedom in terms of choice. And I don't mean choice as in being anti-vax. I mean choice as in having the right to something that, shouldn't be forced in a sense. And the question comes back to, will testing constantly be ongoing for sporting activities? I think so. If testing is going to be ongoing, then there shouldn't be a problem with someone where they choose to be vaxxed or not. Because if someone is vaxxed and they get tested before they play and they are infected, they're not allowed to play, even if they are vaxxed. Because that's already the rules. If you're vaxxed and you're infected, you can still pass it, even though you will have mild symptoms, because you're getting tested anyway. I'm just looking at the logical side of things. Like, I think the problem is they need to just separate who's actually infected.
Yeah.
That's what it should come down to, I think. But I guess with the league and the NBA and being stars like that and having such a great following, it's tough on government to sway their followers when they get so influenced from their decisions like that, especially people like Nicki Minaj in the latest stuff as well. That's a tough one to swallow too.
Yeah.
What do you reckon, Sean? Give us your opinion.
I don't think people should be forced to do anything they don't want to do. Like, they shouldn't have to do it. And I don't think they should be held left out or liable if they tend to get sick or die from it. That's their choice. They took, it's up to them that they didn't do this thing. But I don't think they should be penalized and punished for something that they don't, or they just don't want to do or don't believe in. So I think everyone, it's freedom of speech, freedom of your rights. Preach. And I think people should be able to have their own choice in life, and they shouldn't, be left out because it's something they choose. If something happens, that should be their fault.
So for as to my opinion, and I'll respond to that, is I agree with you for the most part. I guess the tricky thing is what happens when your choices affect other people. And that is the other people that you are in contact with in terms of like your fellow players, coaches, potentially even fans. In a sport that does have like some physical contact, like sure, it's not as much as like, Australian rugby or whatever, for example. but you're in close proximity and you're breathing hard, and you're certainly not going to be wearing a mask playing basketball, I assume. So what happens when your health choices affect other people? And I think that's the tricky thing, is that you've got to balance the two. But like from another perspective is, imagine if you want your freedoms and you want to balance your freedoms versus your risks and other people's freedoms and their risks. And so there's got to be a balance somewhere, because especially in this situation, there's a balance to be drawn. So sure, people shouldn't be forced to do something that they don't want to do unless it affects other people. So for example, drink driving, right? Or speeding or whatever. It's like fair enough. Like, you should be allowed to be risky and like do dumb shit with your own life. But if it risks other people's lives, then then society's got to step in. There's got to be some rules that prevent you from affecting other people's lives.
True. I do agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But the thing is, isn't the risk only between unvaxxed people? Because I had a conversation with this other friend, and I said to him, let's say he's vaxxed, I'm not vaxxed, and I say, would you still? And I'm negative. Would you still have coffee with me and give me a hug? He goes, yeah, of course I would. I had coffee with a friend today in Paris, and he's not vaxxed, but he's negative. But I still felt really scared. And I said, why'd you feel scared? You're double vaxxed. Isn't that what it's supposed to do? He goes, yeah, I know, but you can still get infected. But then I said to him, yes, you can still get infected, but your vax is supposed to keep it at mild to nothing. If anything, he'd be more worried than you, right? So,
I think there's an extra layer of complication which is left by people who are not able to get the vax. So they're not unvaccinated because it's my rights or their personal choice. But they may have like underlying health conditions which prevent them from being vaccinated. And I mean, who knows whether there's people like that in the NBA or wherever, I'm not sure. But there's an extra layer of complexity each time you take into account like a different population or a different group of people. For example, like, the people who, people who do not want to get vaccinated because of their personal rights, people who are unable to get vaccinated because of their health conditions, and then people who are, like skeptical or whatever it is. So I think there's some extra layers of complication, and it's a very interesting question.
Because that was my next thing I said to him. I said, so what about people who have heart conditions who are advised not to get the vax because it may affect? And then he was like, yeah, but that's different. I said, how is that different? So it would take me to have a heart condition for you to not write off the fact that I'm dangerous because I'm unvaxxed because I have a heart condition. And then he didn't say anything. I'm just going by logic, because to me that's what, like, if you look at the facts, the vax does stop. I fully believe the vax stops you from getting hospitalized or severe, because the data has shown.
That's the point. But that's the point. That's the whole point of the vax.
But if you go back to someone who isn't vaxxed and chooses not to be, but is responsible, not someone that's not going to be irresponsible, going out there with a cough and I'm just going to keep coughing and sneezing on people. Like, obviously still practice your social distancing, self-hygiene and stuff. And the fact that unvaxxed people are restricted to go to many places already proves the point that they're not out there like someone who could be potentially carrying the virus and spreading it anyways. That's sort of the logic where I'm looking at it. And it should come down to the fact that if they're going to constantly do testing anyways, that's sort of what we're going to have to live with. We're going to have to live with COVID. We're going to have to live with testing, because these days, even if you are vaxxed and you have some sort of symptoms, are you going to assume that, hey, I might have COVID, maybe I should do a self-test? Or are you going to go, it seems more like a flu? You know what I mean? Because if you can safely assume that it's the flu, then I think you would continue to go out again. But if you were double vaxxed and you got a little bit of symptoms and you did a self-test and it says, oh, I'm COVID positive, would you be inclined to still go out even though it's mild? It's a tricky
depends
one.
Depends whether you give a fuck about other people or not.
Well, that's what it comes down to. You're absolutely
Social
right.
behavior,
there's plenty of people. There's plenty of people that don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves.
Social behavior.
And I think that's the one. I think that's the problem that's killing us. And a lot of those people are the actual anti-vaxxers. They're not the ones that choose not to vax. The anti-vaxxers are the ones that will fight you to the end of the day about it. So
But my question is, why would Kyrie risk losing his
Career.
job or his career as a basketballer when these are big organizations? Like, these guys get tested every day. You know, remember
Not just
when
for
it was
COVID too, for everything.
Yeah, not just for COVID. Like, you gotta imagine, it's like, remember when they were playing under the bubble, right? They were getting tested every day, multiple times a day, before they even got on the court. So why can't they continue that for someone that decides that he doesn't want to get vaccinated?
Exactly.
That's the thing, right? I mean, I think
it's not
I think
like
at this
it's not like
stage
it's a pickup game. Yeah.
I think at this stage, Kyrie. I mean, we all know he's had his weird behaviors. You know, he's disappeared from games and stuff like that. You know, he was a flat earther, probably still is. But I think when you have someone that's really strong-minded and opinionated on something like that, especially in America, when you have your choices and your freedom, it's very hard to sort of sway them otherwise. I think it's an ego thing as well. When you have that much, if you're like a nobody, that sort of you don't really have a lot of influence, but it's all your ego. And when haters come on board and say this and that, it only feeds to it more.
Yeah, you dig in your heels. Actually, and Matt Cowan had a couple of interesting comments in the comments on Facebook. He mentioned that the pros have a responsibility to the public, which like, you are kind of setting an example, right? And then after that, his last comment, I don't know if you want to bring that up, Petey, but there we go. And that's exactly what I was referring to, right? It's like there's people who are like literally unable to get the vax, and do you isolate them from the rest of society for the rest of time, or like how do you, I don't know, like how do you be compassionate and go on?
I believe, like you said, where it's not like it's been 2 years of this whole COVID thing. I believe our research and studies is going to find and develop more in the coming months. We're fast learning new things. We're getting data from countries that are ahead, like Israel, who are like 90-something% double vax, or pretty much 20% doing boosters already, but they're getting different results coming back. So something to learn from them.
Yes.
It's just time, really. I think the best efficacy is to practice all this social distancing. And for those who are on front line and exposed to COVID from working in hospitals, for sure would be highly recommended and encouraged to get vaccinated. And for those, like you said, for those who isn't that much, who I guess should get it eventually for life to continue and be able to do things. Yeah,
social behavior,
people with compromise. Yeah, and the behavior. That's right. That's exactly right. I think we're quite blessed that Vietnam is quite disciplined. The country, the people here.
Very.
I mean, the system here. Given that it's a socialist, system. We don't protest. We don't riot. You don't hear a lot of heavy, class 1 crimes. It does happen, but it's not like. There's no shootings. There's no like crazy.
It's not like America. That's what you're thinking, Petey. Yeah. I know.
The guy did just get decapitated.
So, but every now and then, that's true. You hear the odd story, like that guy who just got his head chopped off. Crazy.
His neighbor.
His neighbor, right?
That was crazy.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that one other story where this other dude was drinking with his friend because his friend didn't want to drink? He got angry and stabbed him.
What?
That's pretty much like me when I'm drinking with my friends. I'm like, "What? You don't want my Hanoi vodka? What are you talking about? Stab, stab, stab."
Wow.
Right, Sean?
Yeah, he's actually right.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, on a cooler topic, look at this: the world's largest $22 billion solar power project.
Wow.
Solar farm in Australia to export clean energy to Singapore.
I heard about this recently. So apparently they're going to build a giant undersea cable link. I mean, what an amazing project. I hope it actually comes through. Because Australia's got especially that sort of like central and northern Australia has got plenty of sun. And if we're able to finally do something to export, things to the rest of the world that is not just rocks and crops, then winning.
That's really good.
Yeah,
it's huge.
You're right. It's on a solar power farm on a 12,000 hectare of arid land about 800 kilometers south of Darwin, Northern Territory.
That is huge.
Out. Hope there's no sharks that bite that cable.
Mate, it's not internet. It's not internet, and there won't be any criticism of the government passing on those undersea power cables. So I think we're good.
Oh shit, that's cool.
On that, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys have ever been to a solar farm, but I had an opportunity when I was visiting my buddy Yarrow, who you probably know, Petey, in Ukraine, a couple of years ago. He invested in a solar farm on the outskirts of a city called Lviv, and I had a chance. He was kind enough to take me and a couple of other people on a field trip out to the solar farm. And honestly, it was really interesting. It was fascinating, and I was super interested about how the setup was, and what it cost them, and whether they got any subsidies from the government, and how long they were expecting the payback period to be. There's business related questions. So this reminds me, I've got to follow up with him and see how it's going. But by all indications, it looked like a fantastic investment.
Solar power.
Hell yeah.
Moon.
Solar power, baby. Clean energy. No batteries needed. No electricity bills down. What are you guys paying for your electricity bill, by the way? Again, are you being home now?
$1.45.
$1.45.
Yeah.
Just because you live by yourself.
I'm at 1.6.
And you leave the aircon cranking. Yep. Yours, Pat?
Yeah, all day, every day.
All day, every day. How much do you pay, Pat?
1.6.
Okay. Sounds like you're getting fleeced, Sean.
What? Sean is getting what?
Fleeced.
He's got 20 million, mate.
Mate, he's got 20 million.
That's only going to be enough for 11 months of electricity, mate.
That's it. Well, great chat, guys. Great stream. Had a great some great topics today. Good little 20 million chat too. That's something. So if any of you guys caught that, do write, and we can always recap on that again. 20 million USD in your account. What would you do in the first week? That is what we're talking about. That leaves us the end of the stream. Thanks for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. Matt, as always, thanks for joining. We'll have to get you onto the show sometime, Matt. I'll hit you up and we can plug the bureau and see what you're up to. Matt's out in D7, by the way, too, I think. So he was.
That's all right. From Friday, we should be able to make that happen. That's it.
Hopefully. All right, boys, ladies, love you, leave you. See you tomorrow on Thursday. Later, everybody.
Out.
Peace.
Talk to me nice.